Good morning, everybody. Today is on the 27th of July. Welcome to the Market Brief brought to you by Anzo Capital. My name is Nick. Going to be taking you through it. We're going to check on what we did last week on Friday. We're going to see also as well on what we're expecting this week in terms of fundamentally, and then we're going to do a technical analysis just to check through what we're targeting and what we'll be looking at this time, right? So this is going to be really amazing. It's an amazing session. I like the way the market behaved last week. See how we were looking for sales below this point, got a really nice move when the market broke below this point, took in the sales over here and continue pushing down all the way, pushing all the way down to take profit 1, 2, 3. We didn't continue going down. Now the market is a bit trying to diverge and coming back up. The buys didn't happen to hit to get activated at all. So the buys didn't really make any sense. But the sells, on the other hand, working tirelessly all the whole time. All right. So what about Euro USD? Euro USD, on the other hand, we were looking for buys and we got the sells as well. We were looking for buys above this point and sells below this point. We got the sells working very well. Let me go back to 15 minutes where we can be able to account very well on the moves that happened. This was the only move that we're looking for on Friday. So we got this break below and the market went all the way sharp straight to this point. All right. So now today we're going to check on the fundamentals. There's a lot of things happening this week, a lot of things that are happening this week, and we're going to need to align on them, all right, or with them. Okay, so this week we're gonna start from Monday. Monday we have nothing much happening on Monday over here in terms of the currency markets and forex factory, as far as forex factory is concerned. Tuesday we have the RPA. Governor Bullock is gonna be speaking. That is the Bank of Australia is gonna be speaking over there. That is tomorrow, 6:05 a.m. Kenyan time. Then we have the CPI on the AUD coming out at 4:30 on Wednesday. We have the biggest news of the week. This is what we're going to be looking at this week. It's the FOMC, the Fed rates statements or data is going to be coming out this week. It's going to be a high impact news. It's going to be happening from 9 p.m. on Wednesday. Then we have Thursday, another great session that we're going to be having over there. We have the monetary policy coming out and the MPC official bank rates. These are the Monetary Policy Committee giving the officially bank words over there for the GDP at 2 p.m. on Thursday. Then we're going to be having the GDP on the USD and the core PCE on the USD still. So that's going to move the dollar definitely. Friday, Tokyo session. We're going to be having the Tokyo core price CPI on this Japanese yen. It's going to be happening on Friday. Then we have the BOJ policy, monetary policy statement again coming out in the outlook reports on the JPY. That's going to be happening, or it's tentative, but it's going to be happening on Friday. That's really nice. We're going to be having also a BOJ press conference happening over there the same day on Friday. So Friday is quite busy on the JPYs. Yeah. Then we have CPI coming out, the flash estimate on the euro. We have the GDP on the Canadian dollar, and we're going to be closing out with the revised UOM consumer sentiment, which is going to move the dollar most definitely, right? So definitely, these are things that we're going to be looking at this week. In terms of technical, now let's break it down a bit. We're going to do our usual price action based on market structure. We're going to go down all the way from multi-time frame analysis. Going to start all the way from monthly, break it down, look for areas of support resistance, and then observe the structures as well as we go down to look for breakout trades, potential breakout trades, places that we could have some breakout trades happening. All right. So that's the monthly. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So we got over here the monthly. Yeah, the monthly overview over here, monthly resistance. This is the highest of all in quite a while actually. If you look at this, we're on the monthly chart, and all of these are monthly. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's actually the 14th. This is more than a year. More than a year the market has been on this level. Euro has been consolidating for a whole year. If that makes sense to you, right? Yeah, if I put it like that, I think it hits you hard. You'd be like, oh no, really? Whole year? Yeah, it's been consolidating for the whole year, USD. If you look at it from a monthly perspective. We're down to daily over here. We're down to daily. And when you're sticking on daily, what we're doing is we're observing there's some lows over here. This is quite a nice low that was here, being observed over here. and the high on the daily is around that area. You can see a lot of candles over here, a lot of rejection has been happening around this area. So we want to just observe. And you see the market opened with a the market has opened with a gap to the upside. So that's really one thing as well. Remember what I told you, as you do analysis and break it down, as you go down, you go adjusting just to fit the structure at least so that you can get a feel what you're looking at in the market. Yeah. All right, so we have the 1 hour low, 1 hour high. It's over here. Remember, we have a gap that started over here. We have a gap for the week over here. Very nice gap happening. 30 minutes. So over there. We got one over there. Down to 1 hour over here. All right, so that's where we are right now, and I don't you see the market is really pushing right now, so there's no need for us to focus on this area right now. The most important things that we should focus on right now is break below this point. We could have a sell over here. What's happening? Come on, trying to pick the horizontal ray over here. Yeah, that makes total sense to break. So, yeah, I'm gonna be looking for sales below this point, potential. We're gonna be having some potential sales below this point. Potential sales below that point. Yep. This would be the best bet for the buyers, to be honest. I would look for buyers above this point, to be honest. That would be the best bet for me for the buys over here. The sells, on the other hand, I don't. There's a lot happening in between this point over here, of course. Could have caught the sell over here, but this kind was already gone, so there's no need for me to fix myself inside here. It's really bad. But again, yeah, some potential area that we can also actually pick is over here. Some potential aggressive buys here. All right. Again, this could be another area that we could start taking some aggressive buys. It's aggressive because they don't. I just need a candle to close above this point and then you execute and move on with it. Again, also the chances or the probability of it being a successful trade is not above 70, so that's why I'm calling it aggressive at that point. And the reason why it's not above 70 is because there's no clear structure. This one would have a very clear structure. If the market closes below this point over here, it will be really easy for us to go down. And once we hit over here, most definitely the market is gonna close this week. Gonna want to close this gap over here. So here's the thing: gap trading. The market would close the gap definitely, yeah, but you don't know when it's gonna be closing, but it needs to close that gap. So pretty much, yeah, looking at those sales happening or the buys as well. So we're just gonna keep our eyes peeled and see what makes sense. If this candle closes below this point, execute the sell over there and could continue take profit 1 over here and 2 to fill in the wick and on the way. Actually, let's do it from that point. See from that wick over there. Yes, that will be the take profit, the ideal take profit at that point. All right, guys. And this would be basically a wick just pushing and then coming back up. All right. So let's see. So that's Euro USD for us. We're gonna be watching that to see how that behaves. All right. So let's go to the gold. Let's check on the gold. Let's go to the gold. Let's go to the money asset over here. See what happens with gold. Again, price action. market structure is what we're going to be observing over here. Again, we're doing a breakdown all the way from monthly going all the way down to, yeah, we're still at the same point. No new lows being created over here. Still the market is sitting on that. Yep. So right, so we have to identify such areas of the weekly high, weekly low is still the same point. So we have the same lows most probably at this point. But we just want to see how the market resonates with those areas. Okay, so the daily high is over there. I'm gonna observe this as the most definitely the 4 hours low over here. It's the 4 hours low. Right, 4 hours low over here. Readjust that to this point. I want to just play in between with the market with what makes sense. Remember what we say, we trade what you see, not what you think. Yes, you don't force the trade. Let it come. Trade what basically you're seeing. You're seeing the structure, so that's what we're observing right now. We're observing to see the structure is forming. All right, so we also have a 30 minutes low over here. And this is it, 30 minutes low. And yes, our market looks like this. This is basically how it looks like. So the high is over here. We'll be doing potential buys above this point. Potential buys above that point. And we're gonna do also potential sells below this point as well. Let me get it from that point. All right, so potential sell. There we go. So potential sales. This is really, I mean, gold is doing analysis for gold is really easy. You know, I don't even know why people say analyzing gold is hard. It's actually the easiest to analyze. It's very easy. The structure is always giving, like the structure is always ready to rock and roll. It's quite easy actually. Gold structure is one of the best. Gold forms one of the best structures in the market. Like all you need to do is just to understand that structure and you're good to go. That's basically gold. It has one of the best structures. And when in the day that you see the gold is not making a structure, please just take a break on that day. Don't mess yourself up. I'm gonna have a no trade range, to be honest, over here. And I know you may be seeing this is the point that makes sense for you to take a sell from here falling down, but it doesn't really make sense to me because again, if I need to take a buy, I'm gonna take a buy above this week, and this is too small of a chance for me to want to hit take profit. If I'm gonna take a sell below this point, like it is too small, so it doesn't really make sense to me, not unless I'm scalping, or which I'm not gonna be doing that. But there we go. So 1 hour, what do we have in 1 hour? 1 hour, you got something like that. So then I need to see a buy as a sorry, yeah, below this wicks over here. Yeah, this is basically what we're gonna need to see. We're gonna need to see these moves below this here, potential sales, and it will continue pushing all the way down to this point, or break above at this point, and we go all the way up to, yeah, this is an area that we should consider actually to be like a take profit one. Yeah, take profit 1 2 like that as go up. Right, so that's basically what we're gonna be looking at. So Euro USD, gold is over there. We got some other stuff running. We got some stuff as well going on in the market, and that is majorly in terms of stocks and the currencies, and basically the stocks and the company reports as well. Today, basically, we're just looking to see how Monday is going to be opening because of the US Iran strike. Okay, there's a ceasefire that has been there that has eased the tension, of course, but that has improved overall market sentiment, of course. But we're gonna need to see. We've had this before. I mean, having a ceasefire and then boom, all of a sudden, someone is beating their chest that they've bombed somewhere. So we have the consumer data as well coming out on that is tomorrow. The consumer data, we talked about it. Wednesday we have the Fed rate decision, one of the biggest that we're expecting, of course. That's going to be seeing whether the Fed Reserve will raise, whether they will lower, or they will keep the interest rates unchanged. So whether that happens, we're going to be talking about it. We're going to be doing an exclusive on that to see what we expect. Should the markets, should they raise the rates? What do we expect? Should they lower the rates? What do we expect? Should they keep it unchanged? I'm going to be doing that today. All right, so that's going to be the skill of the day today. So we're going to be talking about it in the market chat with Nick. All right. Microsoft reports earnings going to be on Wednesday. We're going to be having the Microsoft reports showing how the company performed financially over the past quarter. So Microsoft is going to be releasing their earnings for the past quarter. And that's going to be happening on July 29th. That is on a Wednesday after the market close. We're also going to be having Meta reporting their earnings as well for the quarter. All right. So it's going to be reporting the company's revenue, quarterly revenue, and the profits and the key business results that are there, of course. That's going to be offering some insight more into financial performance and what's maybe giving you maybe a strike through on what you should do with the information and know where you should invest your money. We're going to be having Apple as well. Another big earning report that is coming out this week is the Apple. The Apples are going to be showing their company's reports, earning reports with the quarterly revenue as well. They're going to be looking at the profits that are there, the key business results as well, and of course, we're going to be getting some insight into the financial performance that has been happening. That is on Thursday, July 30th. Apple is going to be doing that. Thursday, the same Thursday again, we're going to be having Amazon as well. Another big company doing some quarterly reports as well over there. We're going to be looking at the quarterly revenue that's coming out from Amazon, and definitely, of course, getting some good insight on what to do with the stocks, where to go next, and when should you buy, when should you hold, when should you sell, all that's going to be coming out. Of course, to close the week, we say it is a consumer sentiment data that's going to be coming out, of course, and this is going to be basically just measuring how confident consumers feel about the economy and basically their personal finances. So definitely, we're going to get some insight into the future spending trends that are there in the market. That's being released on the 31st of July. That is on 5 p.m. That's going to be a Friday as we close the month. It's going to be the last day of the month as well. So we're going to be looking into starting a new fresh week. That's going to be my birthday month. I'm the one who usually opens the month with the birthday. So it's going to be there. Looking forward to that. It's going to be a great month. Going to be a great month. I'm going to be looking actually to see. There's a lot coming out. I'm going to be doing a whole full report on what's coming out the first week of August. A lot of things are going to be expected to be happening. So I'm going to be looking forward to share this with you and see exactly how we can capitalize on that as well. Yeah. So other than that, that's what we're going to be looking. Gold is over there. Euro USD. Looking at it to see a breakdown. Remember, the major thing that we're looking at is to see if we're going to get a gap fill over here today or tomorrow. But let's see. Here's the thing with a gap trading. You know that it's going to fill the gap, but you don't know when it's going to be filling. So the when bit or the time bit is the major function over here. All right. Thank you guys very much. I mean, this has been your market brief this morning, of course, brought to you by Anzo Capital. My name is Nick. Again, we're gonna be doing the same. We're gonna be doing an exclusive, like I say again. But let's see you tomorrow as we do a fresh review of the same. All right. Like we always say, trade what you see, not what you think, and safeguard your money, safeguard your capital well. Risk management, Forex 101 is the key thing to go for. Always have a stop loss and target where you want to reach into the market. All right, guys. Have a good one, everybody. Take care and see you on to the next one. Enjoy the outro.
On the court or in the markets, performance is everything. That's why Anzo Capital is helping to power your trading game. now official partner of the Phoenix Suns.